Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to the Indiana University School of Dentistry commencement exercises for the graduating class of 2018. Please be seated. We're running a little late this afternoon. The IUPUI commencement ran a bit over, and then there's a little traffic between Lucas Oil Stadium and getting over here, so we apologize. Hopefully you've been enjoying the music and getting ready for what will be a very exciting day for the lives of these young men and women that we celebrate with today. Distinguished guests, members of the platform party, fellow faculty members, graduating students of the class of 2018, parents, friends, and family. It's my privilege to welcome all of you to this ceremony today. This is a great day, right? Well, let's have a little feedback here. This is a great day, right? Yes. Yes. This ceremony marks the graduation of our students, completing the dental assisting, dental hygiene, doctor of dental surgery, and postdoctoral programs. This is our 140th commencement ceremony at the IU School of Dentistry. Commencement is the most important event in the life of the School of Dentistry. The occasion marks the crowning achievement, no pun intended. Let me read that again. You guys are really asleep this afternoon. This occasion marks the crowning achievement, okay, thank you, of the students assembled here, and more significantly, it marks their new beginning as members of the oral health care profession. It's also a day to give thanks to the families of our graduates. As families, you have guided your ambitious and talented loved ones to accept the dual challenge of a university education and a life of service in the health professions. The families of our graduates have made great sacrifices, allowing the men and women we are honoring today the opportunity to pursue their education, graduate, and enter professional life. Perhaps most importantly, family members have been constantly present to provide the gifts of understanding, support, and love during the challenging times students have encountered. I would invite all parents and all other family members who are with us today to celebrate with our graduates to stand and please be recognized. Let us stand and recognize. Please stand and be recognized for your support. The graduates we honor today elected to study dental sciences at the IU School of Dentistry. And it's a privilege for faculty to teach intelligent, dedicated, ambitious, and hardworking students. And students, because of your tenacity and perseverance, you met the challenges that your faculty required in the classroom, laboratory, and the clinic. The entire IUSD family will watch with great pride as you move forward to meet the challenges and opportunities which lie ahead, as you further your education or begin the practice of your respective discipline to provide oral health care to the citizens of Indiana and beyond. Our faculty and staff have worked very hard to prepare you to begin this social responsibility. And now as you embark on your path of lifelong learning, I implore you, never stop learning. I would invite the School of Dentistry faculty and staff who are with us today, many faculty joining us on the podium here, to stand and be recognized. We applaud your efforts, please, faculty. Stand. Staff. We applaud your efforts in oral health care education, research, service, and patient care. Graduates, the degrees and certificates we confer upon you today carry with them privileges, but also attendant responsibilities. You're beginning your careers as oral health professionals, providing you the opportunity to make contributions to one of the most distinguished forms of public service that exist in our society. As Dean, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you to the lifelong fellowship enjoyed uniquely by professional men and women in all the health professions. I would also like to acknowledge the fourth cohort of students graduating from our International Dentist program. Strategic globalization is one of IU President Michael McRobbie's key priorities of the IU Bicentennial. And we have a rich history at the IU School of Dentistry in international student education and research through our graduate and postdoctoral programs. In 2013, we established the International Dentist Program for men and women who are dentists in their home countries and wish to become credentialed in the United States. Hailing from many countries and varied backgrounds, you have spent more than 2 years at IUSD completing your IU education, an education which will enable you to provide unique contributions to the global oral health community. Thank you for being part of IUSD. In the front of your program are listed the honors and awards our recipients received for various degree and certificate programs. These honors and awards were presented Thursday evening at our annual awards dinner. Congratulations on these very successful and significant accomplishments for our graduates. It is now my pleasure to welcome Dr. Robert Eversole, President of the Indiana University School of Dentistry Alumni Association. Dr. Eversole earned his bachelor's degree in chemistry from Ball State University in 1985 and graduated from the IU School of Dentistry in 1988. After a general practice residency at the VA Medical Center in Indianapolis, he began practicing in Greensburg, Indiana, where he has resided and practiced since 1989. Over the past 25 years, he's been actively involved in mission trips to Mexico, the Dominican Republic, and Africa. Dr. Eversole is active in several associations, including the International Team for Implantology, the Southeastern Indiana District Dental Society, and the Academy of General Dentistry. Please welcome Dr. Eversole.
Thank you, Dean Williams. Class of 2018, I am honored to be here today to share in this momentous occasion. 30 years ago, as I sat in the seats that you are sitting in today, I still remember the feelings of pride and gratitude that I felt having survived my dental school experience. I also remember the lingering feelings of doubt and uncertainty regarding what my future held and really what my future looked like. I questioned how I would service the education debt that I had accumulated and still provide for my wife and young daughter. At that time in my life, when I began practicing in the small town of Greensburg, Indiana, many IU alumni, many of them 30 years my senior, began to pour into my life. They helped me to understand that it's an honor for patients to choose you as their dentist, and also that my career as a dentist would be a marathon and not a sprint. I feel honored to be able to pass these two simple bits of wisdom onto this graduating class of 2018. Number one, your patients are your practice and why you practice. And number two, keep your career in perspective with your faith and family. As president of the IU School of Dentistry Alumni Association, I have the privilege of officially welcoming you into the alumni ranks. As we conclude this evening's ceremony, and as you prepare for the next phase of your life, remember that as an IU School of Dentistry alumni graduate, your fellow alumni are here to support you. We encourage you to stay connected to your classmates and to your school. We hope that you see your relationship with the school and each other as a lifetime commitment. Congratulations and best wishes on your future success. We look forward to receiving you into the ranks of our distinguished alumni.
Thank you, Dr. Eversole. It's now my pleasure to welcome Dr. Gregory Phillips, President of the Indiana Dental Association, to the podium. Dr. Phillips maintains a private practice in Columbus, Indiana, specializing in periodontics and implantology, and has been a faithful clinical assistant professor in periodontics at the IU School of Dentistry since 1992. He graduated from IU in 1979 with a bachelor's degree in biology and chemistry, and at IUSD he earned his DDS degree in 1984, then a master's degree in periodontology with a minor in oral pathology in 1992. He's also a visiting faculty at the Spear Education Center in Scottsdale, Arizona, a diplomat of the American Board of Periodontology, a member of Omicron Kappa Upsilon, besides serving as president of the Indiana Dental Association. He's part of the 7th District Delegation to the American Dental Association, and he is a fellow of the International Team for Implantology, International College of Dentists, the American College of Dentists, and the Pierre Fouchard Academy. Welcome, Dr. Phillips.
Thank you. Thank you, Dean Williams, and distinguished guests. Greetings. It's my distinct honor to stand before you representing the Indiana Dental Association and to be part of your very special day. Although it has been more than just a couple of years since I was in your position, it seems like yesterday, and I can still recall the various emotions that I was experiencing, and probably you are experiencing also. Relief that dental school is finally over, wonderment that I actually made it through, excitement about celebrating with family and friends, and anxiety about starting a career and treating patients without a faculty member nearby to help me out. The mission of the Indiana Dental Association is to support dentists, to promote professionalism and ethics, and to improve oral health. One of the differences between a trade and a profession is the organizations to which the members belong. No matter what type of dental model you choose, a solo practice, large group practice, public health, the military, or if you go into a residency, organized dentistry is here to help you. You are now part of a dental community, and with membership in the American Dental Association, the Indiana Dental Association, and the IDA, you will not only help maintain the high standards and respect that dentists enjoy, you will make new friends and receive many benefits both directly and indirectly. Allow me to share a few words of advice. You've all reached a milestone in your lives. First and foremost, thank your loving family and friends. I know I wouldn't be here today without the support of mine. Take continuing education courses and then take more of them. IUSD has provided you with a great foundation for your dental careers, but believe it or not, you don't know it all. There's a saying that you don't know what you don't know. And as I look back in my career, it was amazing how much I had to learn after I finished dental school. As I echo Dean Williams' sentiments that we all need to be committed to being lifelong learners. Our patients do an amazing thing. They allow us to poke them, cut them, drill on them, and then they pay us and they thank us. The bottom line is they trust us, and I believe we owe it to them to be the very best providers that we possibly can be, and that's where continuing education is invaluable. Next, give back to your communities and institutions that have helped you reach this level of success, such as your undergraduate colleges and IUSD. I know right now you probably cannot imagine donating money, but it doesn't necessarily have to be financial. Become an active part of your community. Not only your local dental societies, which I encourage you to become part of and be active in, but join local service organizations such as Kiwanis and Rotary. Be active in your church and volunteer. Finally, keep balance in your life. Love your family, enjoy your friends, value your office staff, respect your dental colleagues. Be kind, be professional, have empathy for your patients, and enjoy yourself. Dentistry is fun. You will change the lives of some of your patients, and that's unbelievably rewarding. And with all that being said, on behalf of the Indiana Dental Association, let me congratulate you and welcome you as colleagues into our wonderful profession. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Phillips. It's now my pleasure to welcome Ms. Heather Taylor, President of the Indiana Dental Hygienist Association. Ms. Taylor has worked as a dental hygienist for 12 years in a variety of settings: private practice, public health, and in education. In fact, she was a full-time faculty member here at the IU School of Dentistry for 3 years prior to pursuing her doctoral degree in public health. She is a National Library of Medicine Public and Population Health Informatics Fellow, and as I said, currently serves as president of the Indiana Dental Hygienist Association. Welcome, Ms. Taylor.
Greetings and congratulations, class of 2018. It's a pleasure to be here today welcoming each of you into the dental profession. I find it exciting to look out on this crowd of eager and passionate faces and realize that your accomplishment today is actually not your ending. It's not the finish line. On the contrary, it is the start to a brand new beginning, one dedicated to the noble profession of oral health. For the fantastic hygienists out there, I personally want to welcome you into the hygiene path, and I'm overjoyed to call you my peer and my colleague now. The decisions that each of you made to pursue a profession dedicated to the prevention of disease is something that all of us here today respect and appreciate. It is truly honorable to use your skills and training not just to treat disease, but to primarily prevent disease and suffering from ever happening in any of your patients. Our profession, the profession that you are all now a part of, is continually changing and adapting to the needs of the population, and it is such an exciting time to get involved. The IU School of Dentistry and these fine faculty here have prepared you to become licensed professionals. As you continue to sharpen your skills, you will undoubtedly grow and seek new opportunities for your career. On behalf of the Indiana Dental Hygienists Association, I would like to invite you to join our organization to further develop those impressive skill sets and to achieve all of your goals. I am so encouraged and so proud of all of your hard work, and I congratulate each of you on reaching this significant milestone. Job well done.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. It's now my pleasure to welcome Ms. Megan Morton, President of the Indiana Dental Assistants Association. Ms. Morton earned an associate degree in science from the University of Southern Indiana in 2015. While in college, she worked in oral surgery group as a surgical assistant and was certified in oral maxillofacial surgery assistancy in 2015. She served the Evansville Dental Assistants Association Vice President, and she also serves as President of the Evansville Dental Assistants Association. Welcome, Ms. Morton.
Ecclesiastes 9:10 says that whatsoever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. You are all graduating today because you pursued something that you are passionate about. You put all of your effort into achieving this goal. Some of you will move on for more education, and some of you will go immediately out into the work field. Whatever you end up doing, remember to continue to do it with the same drive that you had while you were going through school. Remember to continue to put all of your effort and all of your might into your passion. Have diligence in your work and never stop educating yourself in your field. Your hard work has worth and value. Sometimes it might not seem like people are seeing it, but you will know that you're putting your all into your work, and that's what matters. The people that you don't think will notice will be the ones to take notice in your hard work. Remember to love what you do and do it to the best of your ability. On behalf of the Indiana Dental Assisting Association and the Evansville Dental Assistants Society, I would like to congratulate you all on this wonderful achievement. Your hard work and perseverance has really paid off. I wish all of you luck as you start out on your new adventures, and I hope you all are as lucky as I have been to find a job that you are truly passionate about.
Thank you, Ms. Morton. It's now my pleasure to welcome a special guest speaker, Dr. William J. Babler. Dr. Babler was a IU School of Dentistry Associate Professor and carries the title Chair Emeritus of the Department of Oral Biology. He earned his bachelor's degree from the University of Wisconsin and both a master's degree and a PhD in biological anthropology from the University of Michigan. Following a postdoctoral research fellowship in craniofacial development at the University of Virginia, he joined the anatomical sciences faculty at Baylor College of Dentistry in Dallas, ultimately serving as director of curriculum. Dr. Babler served as Associate Dean for Academic Affairs at Marquette University School of Dentistry before joining IU in 2002. He currently teaches anatomy at the University of Texas at Austin. Because of the close relationship between Dr. Babler and the DDS class of 2018, they requested his presence and his wisdom at this special occasion. So, Bill, please. Welcome.
Thank you, okay. And greetings. And congratulations, class of 2018. I want to thank the class of 2018 and Dean Williams for inviting me to speak today. It is truly a great honor, and it is truly one that I will greatly cherish throughout my life. So thank you. I also want to thank all the family, friends, faculty, and others here today. They deserve a round of applause because their accomplishment is just as great as yours. This stage of your life is ending. It's like a dream come true, a storytelling that is ending. You know, we're surrounded by stories. They're in the books we read, they're in the movies we watch, they're on social media. They're all written by individuals. Life is a story. Learning is a story, one that you build, and then that you must continue to build throughout your life. I oftentimes use stories in teaching, as some of you know. And so the value of a story is very powerful, and keep that in mind. So I'd like to tell you a story. Last winter, actually, seems just like yesterday, I was having coffee with my very best friend from my teaching days in Dallas. And as we finished, he stepped back, looked me in the eye, and said, "Bill, thank your student for me." Now, you have to understand that I live about 30 miles or 35 miles south of Austin, Texas. And my friend Bob lives an hour north. My wife, Jan, is permanently disabled and needs assistance in many of the things I do, or she does, excuse me. I do too, actually. But I also teach a summer course in anatomy at the University of Texas. And last summer, once the class ended, one of my students contacted me and said that she would like to sit with my wife on occasion so that I could have some free time and spend time having coffee with my friend. Now, I need to tell you a little bit about this woman who sat with my wife. You see, she was a really good student, always upbeat, always happy, positive, a little older than most of the kids I have in an undergraduate class. She told me that really grades aren't that important to her. There's more important things in life. Indeed, she not only went to school, but she worked at the Children's Hospital on some days. She volunteered on days she didn't work. She always found time for her friends. She was quite an exceptional woman. Oh, I forgot to tell you, she was married too. So, a little bit more about her, because her name is Han. She was born in Vietnam. My wife found out that her father had been an army officer in the Vietnamese army during the war, and he had died jumping on a grenade to save his men. A real hero. A real hero. Her mother, after that, relocated to Paris, France, trying to avoid the war, and remarried, had 2 more children. When Han got old enough, her mother sent her and the 2 youngest to the United States with an order to educate, to give the best education possible to her younger siblings. And she did that. She put them through the best prep shoes she could afford, through college, and when the last one graduated, she said, "Oh, it's my time." And she enrolled at the University of Texas in the health professions. She is one of the finest people I've ever had the opportunity to know. And yet, I knew so little about her story while I taught her. You see, everyone has a story. Everyone is a part of a story. And collectively, all together, our stories make the world we live in. All of you that I have taught are part of my story. Even those of you who thought you could sneak by under the wire and I wouldn't notice. All of you in this room today are a part of my story, and they are a part of yours. You see, we touch so many more people than we ever realize. We touch people we don't even know. Have you ever walked down the street and you notice there's a person coming towards you who looks a little lost or sad? And you look them in the face and you smile, oftentimes triggering a smile back. We touch so many people's lives. You touch so many people's lives. May that touch always be positive. When I was a new faculty member, I remember being pulled aside by one of my mentors. My mentor said to me, "Bill, remember, you're playing with people's lives. You remember that also. Remember that you are playing with people's lives. Oh, particularly your patients, but also all the others in your life, and even strangers." Okay. Last year, I had my 50th high school reunion. And one of the things they asked us to do was to write down our biggest accomplishment. You know, another word for story. Oh, and some of them were great. One of my classmates, Chris, the class president, okay, ended up being an assistant secretary of the U.S. Department of the Interior. Oh, a lot of them were doctors, well, not a lot, but a number of them were doctors. One had even made a big, important medical discovery that actually improved health care. All great accomplishments. But what was interesting is it wasn't the most accomplished or the greatest accomplishment that people noticed. What the greatest accomplishment was family. It was a good marriage. It was significant others that made a difference in their lives or their children. When you get to be my age and you write down sometime your greatest accomplishment, what will it be? Keep that in mind as you write your story. So what do I expect of you? You know I have to expect something of you. You do know that, right? Okay? First, I expect you to live and model the type of person that you see in the story you want to tell. I also expect you to be very good citizens, and by that I mean voting and doing appropriate research so that you make a good decision in the ballot box. I have a very lucky situation where I've gotten to know my primary care physician very well. She's a young woman, and one time we were talking last fall, and she said, "You know, Dr. Babler," she actually called me Dr. Babler. She said, "Dr. Babler, I and my colleagues are working very hard to structure our practice for Election Day to better allow our staff members to vote and encourage them to vote." What a wonderful idea. Think about that. And you know what I said when I walked out of that room? I said, if she cares that much about helping her staff be good citizens, she's going to take good care of me. And she does. Rumi, a great Persian poet, once said, "When we die, Look not for our tombs in the earth, but in the hearts of men. You're writing your story now. A new chapter starts today. When it comes time, what will people say of your story? What will your grandchildren say? What will your friends say? What will be in the hearts of men? And, oh, by the way, what will be its parable, its moral? Because all good stories teach us a moral. Again, all my very, very, very best to all y'all. And again, congratulations, all you classes of 2018.
Thank you, Dr. Babler. So, your new stories starts today. A new page, a new chapter, and write them down. So that very, very wise advice. It's now my pleasure to welcome our class of 2018 commencement speaker, Dr. Joseph Crowley, President of the American Dental Association. Dr. Crowley served the ADA as the 7th District Trustee, which is Ohio and Indiana, as a board member, and also served as a board member on the American Dental Political Action Committee, a member and chair of the Council on Governmental Affairs, has also served as a member of the Dental Quality Alliance Committee, ADA Library Transition Task Force, and the Board of Trustees Standing Committee on Audit and Information Technology. He served as an ADA liaison to the Dental Lifeline Network and participated in the ADA delegation for multiple years. He served on the Council of Communications, Council of ADA Sessions, the American Student Dental Association, and the New Dentist Committee, and really has a commitment to our future colleagues, you in our audience today. He's also a past president of the Ohio Dental Association and the Cincinnati Dental Society. He's a general dentist. He attended pre-dental courses at Xavier University and earned his dental doctorate from the Ohio State, just east of here, down Interstate 70. He's been married to his lovely wife, Pauletta, who's with us today. Thank you for being with us. For 43 years, they have 3 children and 7 grandchildren, and it is indeed an honor to welcome Dr. Crowley as our keynote speaker.
Dr. Babler, thank you for your remarks. And also, you're going to hear a consistent message with me. I could just sit down and say ditto, but Dean Williams is paying me way too much money to give this talk. So with that. Also, I'm going to fight the hat. So if you remember the transition from the one size fits all to one size fits most, that's because of this pumpkin head. So if I'm fighting it, I told my grandchildren it's because I have so many brains. They're not buying that, but that's the story we're sticking with. So I live right across the border of southeast Indiana, and I've had the opportunity to come to Indiana many, many times. And I've had a tremendous relationship with your IDA and with the dean here at school, and I appreciate that. I can tell you I don't understand still what a Hoosier is, but I certainly understand Hoosier hospitality, and I thank you for that. So good afternoon, Dean Williams, the Board of Trustees, distinguished guests, faculty, parents, family, friends, and especially the class of 2018. I want to congratulate you on your graduation and for allowing me to be a part. So the crowd that's with you, I think it's pretty interesting in many ways. They say the biggest fear that people have is being around a dentist. So I wonder how they're feeling being around all of these dentists. That's really something. So they say the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. You took your first steps in dentistry when you decided to enter your program here at IU. That journey continues today as you prepare to advance your careers into a profession that treats hundreds of millions of patients each year. Children, adults, mothers, fathers, grandmas and grandpas, neighbors and friends. So look around you. These are the people that you are trained to care for. You will now play an important role in each of their lives because all of us are connected. And all of us are impacted by the health and wellness of all those around us. For most of us, the journey began before we even bought our textbooks or signed on the dotted line to become students here at IU and choose a field in the dental field. For many, the journey began as a kid, when you would daydream and think about what you wanted to be when you grew up. Perhaps someone close to you, maybe a parent or a teacher, told you that you should look at careers in healthcare because you have that aptitude for science or you have that spirit of healing. The journey was well underway, if you remember that first coffee-soaked all-nighter, when you were thinking maybe you didn't have what it takes to get through this field, the dreaded self-doubt. But you took the exams, you wrote the papers, you completed the procedures, and now here we are. Graduation day. What a journey. For me, the journey began in elementary school. My third grade teacher assigned our class to write an autobiography. We were asked to write it as a vision 25 years into our future with real expectations. I thought that was a pretty big task for a young kid. So I completed the assignment, and when I was finished, I knew two things. Just like many of us, I was going to be a football player, and also I wanted to be a dentist. As you can see, one of those dreams worked out pretty well, and I think you can guess still which one. I still have that autobiography, and it's very important to me, and I read it often. The school assignment was a game changer. The most important thing to me was that it put my sights on being a dentist and allowed me to begin to set goals in that direction. I worked at accomplishing short-term goals in order to be able to get to and accomplish the bigger goals. I did everything to make that happen, and a few bumps in the roads, of course. So my dad owned a grocery store in our hometown. I worked there as a stock boy from the time I was in the third grade. As you may guess, sometimes when you look at me, I had access to all the food that the store carried, anything that I wanted, including access to the candy aisle. The fact that there was no fluoride in the water when I grew up meant that I experienced dental decay intimately. So as you can imagine, I got to know my dentist very well. And even with that experience, I still continued my pursuit toward dentistry. And in fact, my dentist, Dr. Norbrands, who is now 90 years old, became my role model and became a mentor and continues that to this day. The value of focusing my sights on dentistry early in my life meant that all through my growing years, I made decisions that led me toward this ultimate goal. My main objective, as was yours, was to graduate from dental school. Upon graduation, the focus shifted to being the best I could be in choosing my profession and in my life. I continued my search for knowledge, wanting to know more, wanting to be at the front end of everything that was happening in my profession so I could be the best at it. I never set out to be the president of the American Dental Association, but the path I took in both organized dentistry and my dental life just kind of led me to this place. Well, we're all beyond our childhood now, but the lessons I learned in the third grade still stand. So what's my point? What do I mean by that? I encourage you all now to write an autobiography about yourself. Ask how you got to where you are. Plan how you're going to be in 1 year, in 5 years, in 25 years. Ask your friends to help you. Ask your parents to help you. Take a deep dive into yourself. Continue to ask the question, who do I want to be when I grow up? Set the short and the long-term goals as well as the real expectations, and be honest with yourself. Be like baseball great Derek Jeter. Write your goals down and take a look at them often. Maybe you will realize that you can dream bigger than any dream you ever thought possible. If you don't stop and assess and reassess, you will never really know where you're headed. Your current goal has been to graduate from the dental school. You've accomplished this goal, and we all congratulate you on that job well done. So now you can turn your attention to the next phase of your journey and focus your talent and expertise into improving our world. Know what you're chasing. Organize your timeline and share your talents with the rest of the world. The accomplished poet E. Cummins wrote, "It takes courage to grow up and turn out to be who you really are." Take advantage of your self-assessment, and you will find that self-actualization is actually just your own dedication to being who you are. Know yourself. So just like you and me, the dental profession is growing up too. It's more mature today than it was yesterday, and it continues to expand and evolve. It used to be that dentistry was just a disease-focused profession. That meant you only had to be really good at procedures, and if you could do those well and treat people fairly, you were probably going to be a success. The dental teams were much smaller. Years ago, dentists didn't even have the hygienist to focus on disease prevention. The assumption was that you were going to lose your teeth anyway. At the time, dental education taught you to work on a tooth, and then work on again, and then pull the tooth, and then build a denture. That was the lifespan for a dental patient. But in today's world, it takes much more to be successful in dentistry. For starters, there's a team of dentistry, all around dentistry, with the hygienists and the dental assistants, and our dentists who are working together to educate patients about prevention, home care, and what good dental health really means. The entire world is beginning to understand the connection between oral health and overall health and wellness. Today, new dentists are going to play a much bigger role in the lives of the patients they touch. The story is actually playing out in a variety of ways. We're seeing these connections now being made more than ever as dentists work with other healthcare professionals to treat patients with something like diabetes, a condition we know that increases the risk of dental disease, but in many other conditions that have oral health implications. Our science and evidence is connecting the dots that oral health and oral overall wellness are tied deeply together. We're beginning to see physicians and nurses and educators and others involved in healthcare training to recognize the conditions that need comprehensive diagnosis and often the care of a dental team. An example, in July of 2012, a registered nurse named Sandy Wexler visited her dentist for just a routine prevention exam and visit. Her dentist noticed an enlarged node on her right side of her neck, and he recommended immediately that she see her ear, nose, and throat specialist. Well, as you could guess, Sandy had metastatic squamous cell oropharyngeal cancer. She began treatment immediately, and after 7 weeks of radiation and chemotherapy, Sandy is now cancer-free. She credits that dental visit with saving her life. A story like Sandy's exemplified the healthcare system that's successfully working to diagnose and treat patients. This type of interprofessional collaboration and integration is our future. There are other dental issues that continue to deal with. There are people today with dental problems who have no way of getting treatment. There are hurdles every single day with patients in visiting ER with dental pain. There are senior citizens in nursing homes who do not have dental care. And there's much threats to the funding for our dental research. And this, graduates, is where you're going to play a major role in pushing dentistry to new heights. While so much has changed between my entry into the dental profession and yours, there remains a constant. There is an understanding that each of us is more than a dentist, more than a hygienist, more than a member of a dental team. By the nature of being in healthcare, we each own a share of the responsibility by doing right for our patients and by building a more promising and healthier future for everyone. Dentistry is a caring profession, and your generation gets this. I see it every time I walk into the halls of a dental school. Your work is tied to a bigger purpose. Your skills can be used to help societal problems, not just professional ones. And we can do more and be more when we all work together. Each of us is taught when we are young to do good with our God-given talents. We need more of this in the world, like dental professionals like yourself, who understands what it means to bring those talents to bear on issues society faces. This means holding yourself to a high ethical standard. It means setting your sights on a particular goal and going after it. It means doing things not because they're easy, but because they're right. The benefit that comes back to you is tenfold, I promise you. I commend Dean Williams and the Indiana University School of Dentistry faculty for incorporating this responsibility into IU's curriculum and into your core values. So here's my challenge to you. Number one, you have to be loud. Right now, the dental profession is engaged in addressing a number of societal challenges, from the national opioid crisis, to the access to care issues, to the community water fluoridation issues, to the expansion of ER referral programs all over our country. Our ability to successfully advocate for these causes is directly linked to the involvement of dental professionals like you. Let your voice be heard. Number two, don't stay in your lane. And by that I mean embrace the growing role of dental professionals are playing in people's lives, which is far beyond what it was 25 years ago. Dentists are screening for diabetes and oral cancer and providing vaccinations. Our oral health is a part of the total health of a patient, and you are the leading edge. I truly believe you're entering into the new golden era of dentistry. Number 3, stay connected. I remember feeling alone at first, 43 years ago. It's a long time ago. But I learned to reach out to my mentors and to join local study clubs and take continuing education with my colleagues. The memories that have enhanced your early professional lives will grow more meaningful over time. And while you will have your close friendships with your schoolmates, they will remain forever. Constantly, there are new relationships to develop with organized dental communities in whatever place you choose to practice. Stay connected and stay engaged. Belong to organized dentistry can provide an ongoing professional relationship that you will have forever. I'm telling you, no one understands the world of a dentist better than another dentist. So graduates, you've arrived at this point in life because you've challenged yourselves and you successfully crossed the finish line on this leg of your journey. I applaud you and I congratulate you for that. I applaud your loved ones for being part of that story. You are among the best and brightest individuals in America. I ask that you take what you know, this gift that you have, and use the talent to affect the people around you. Make a difference in this world through dentistry. So people ask me, I'm president of the American Dental Association. How did I get here? Do I like the job? What's it all about? But the question I've been asked the most, that is the question I like, the best question, is I've been asked if I would do it over again. And the answer is absolutely. I would not hesitate to do this again. You are in a great place, each one of you. I ask you to be bold and to have courage. The next step of your 1,000 miles starts today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're certainly very honored to have your presence with us today and celebrate with our class of 2018. At this time in the program, I'd like to invite family members of Mr. Frankly Pino, the DDS class of 2018 leadership, and Ms. Lori Morrison of the Indiana chapter of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society to the platform. Frankly Pino began his education at the School of Dentistry with the class of 2018, like the rest of the DDS graduates present with us today. Before he was able to complete his degree, we lost Frankly to leukemia in January of 2017. As a student, he contributed to the dental school in so many ways. One of his most significant contributions to all of us was his example of ambition, perseverance, humor, and tenacity as he battled his disease with every intention of beating it. We memorialize Frankly Pino today as a gesture of acknowledgement of his permanent place in the hearts of his immediate family, his IUSD family, and the DDS class of 2018, colleagues who have supported him through his illness and beyond following his death. We also acknowledge the legacy he leaves behind with the establishment of the IUSD annual Frankly Pino Bone Marrow Registry Drive. You may wish to review the Frankly Pino Memorial page in your commencement program. It's page 25. Jenny, Anna, and Anna Lynn, please accept these framed composite gifts from the class of 2018 as mementos of your IUSD 2018 family. At this time, I invite Dr. Michael Kovalik, Executive Associate Dean, to the podium to say a few words about the generosity of the IUSD family and the class of 2018 as they acknowledge Frankly's legacy in the form of a gift to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society.
Thank you, Dean Williams. This is a privilege I would rather not have had. But when I was invited by the class leadership to say a few words, it was because of a specific relationship I had with Frankly over a period of time. Just to give a little background, I unfortunately don't get a lot of interaction with the dental students these days, but one thing I do is give them a cranky lecture about inflammation and aging and other such things, and I try to make it a little philosophical. But as part of an illustration of the, the importance of inflammation to us all, I use the example of some patients with whom I worked in a different position I had some years ago, patients who had exactly the sort of leukemia that Frankly suffered from. In fact, his leukemia, as some of you know, was quite extraordinary in its severity. In fact, he had two kinds of leukemia simultaneously. Not knowing he was in the room that afternoon, I had no idea that there was a student in the room with such an issue. But a day or so later, he wrote me a very long email, and we subsequently shared a correspondence over a period of time. At that time, he was being prepped for his second bone marrow transplant, and we spent a lot of time in conversation. Occasionally, I managed to see him, and when he was in the hospital, he would send me, they put the latest counts up on the wall, and he would take the photographs with his phone, I guess, and send me the counts, and I looked at these, and from the experience I knew, I thought, it's going to have to be a miracle. Well, miracles, unfortunately, don't happen very often. And I said to him, is it okay in my future lectures if I use this information? Of course, not identified. And he said, absolutely, on one condition. And that's whenever you use that information, you ask people to consider registering for the bone marrow transplant program. And I have done that since then. I thought this afternoon, if I may, and if I can, I'd like to read just something from one of his emails, because one of the things I talk about at the end of the talk is about rusting and aging and so on, and I happened to take a photograph of an iron fence in the Caribbean, one of our school alumni cruises, and I use the illustration of rust to support my discussions about aging. And the reason I'm telling you that is it's relevant to what I'm going to read. So Frankly talked to me a great deal about his family, particularly about his mother, and the support over the time he'd had from his family since the diagnosis had been made. But I want to just read one sentence, if I may. I particularly loved the way you ended the presentation with the pictures of your family's aging hands and the rusty fence, showing us nothing in this world lasts forever. However, I couldn't help but look past the fence and think that the fence is hideous. But look at the beautiful beach that's right on the other side. Some may focus on the time that's passing, like the oxidizing of the fence. But I like to focus on the good time I can enjoy in that beach while I'm still on this earth with my friends and family. And I hadn't looked at these emails again till just a week or so ago, and I thought, my goodness, that's so beautifully positive. So I want to finish, but you've heard some of this already. Dr. Babler talked about connection. We're all connected. And one of my favorite poems of nearly 400 years ago, a famous opening line that many of you will recognize, no man is an island entire of itself, and it goes on to talk about philosophy of life and death. And I thought, that's exactly Frankly. We're all here this afternoon. Many of you, of course, didn't have the privilege of knowing him, but all those students in the DDS class did, and many others. And I consider myself privileged to have known him. And that legacy of positivity and love for life, I think, is infectious and goes beyond everything we can feel and experience this afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity to say these things. And again, I offer my best wishes for life to everyone and what Frankly has done. And I think it's
Is it here? Ah. Dean Williams always hides the money away. Yes. Make this presentation on behalf of the class of 2018 to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Thank you.
The School of Dentistry deeply appreciates the efforts of our military service members. And at this time, I would like to recognize our Doctor of Dental Surgery candidate who was recently commissioned in the United States Armed Services. The commissioning was conducted during a private ceremony with family and friends, jointly with the School of Medicine this past Thursday evening. Would Captain Logan Wheeler please stand and be recognized? Where are you? Logan will be spending her first year in Nevada with the United States Air Force, so thank you for your service. Would also like to recognize one of our postdoctoral graduates, the class of 2018, who is a captain in the United States Air Force as well, Captain Travis Bellici. If you're with us today. Thank you for your service, Travis, as well. And now it's time in our program to award certificates and diplomas to the graduates of the Dental Assisting, Dental Hygiene, Doctor of Dental Surgery, PhD, and Masters of Science Dentistry programs. Various faculty members on stage will join me to congratulate the candidates as they come forward. Presenting all candidates this afternoon is Dr. Paul Edwards, our Interim Associate Dean of Academic Affairs. And at this time, I invite Professor Pamela Ford and Professor Patricia Capps to join me in presenting their Certificate of Dental Assisting to the graduates. Professor Ford and Professor Capps serve respectively as directors for the Dental Assisting Campus and the Distance Learning Programs. So I'd like the dental assisting graduates to rise and come forward to this portion of the stage.
Dean Williams, it is an honor to present to you the 2018 certificate candidates in dental assisting. The graduates may be seated upon returning to their seats. Will the candidates please come forward? Shelby Nicole Bargo. Paige Beal. And Abby Bennett. Madison Cook. Emma Corman. Alan Cummings. Ashley Decatur. Haley Shea Dean. Kaylee Denham. Joseph Flugeman. Jasmine Hammond. Taylor Hobbs. Jillian Hoff. Vanessa Renee Leahy. Megan Martin. Macy Lynn Mendenhall. Hannah Olson. Stephanie Sanchez. Thank you. Mercedes K. Schultz. Megan Marie Smith. Mara Catherine Zinnin.
Thank you, Professor Ford and Professor Capps. I invite Ms. Megan Morton to come to the podium again and lead our dental assisting graduates as they recite the Dental Assistance Pledge.
Dental assistants, please rise. Follow me. In my practice as a dental assistant, I affirm my commitment to improve the oral health of the public and to promote high standards of quality dental care. I shall faithfully respect the principles of professional ethics by profession. I pledge to continually improve my professional knowledge and skills and to uphold the highest standards of professional competence and personal conduct in the interest of the dental assisting profession and the public I serve. You may be seated.
Thank you, Ms. Morton. At this time, I invite Professor Lisa Maxwell and Professor Pamela Reddick to assist me in congratulating the candidates for the associate degree in dental hygiene and the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Public Health Dental Hygiene. Professor Maxwell serves as director of the dental hygiene program. Dr. Edwards.
Will the candidates for the degree of Associate in Science, Dental Hygiene, please rise? Dean Williams, it is an honor to present to you the 2018 Associate Degree in Dental Hygiene candidates. Will the candidates please come forward? Sabrina Arnold. Lauren Nicole Carey. Marissa Ann Cornwell. Sarah Elizabeth Cox. Carmen Gonzalez. Erin Elizabeth Jane Johnson. Amanda Christine Merrifield. Shelby Ann Riggle. Autumn Jade Riley. Casey Joe Surmersheim. Shuki Song. Samantha Renee Teagarden. Chelsea Sue Thomas. Angela Nicole Yates. Rachel Nicole Yates. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Public Health Dental Hygiene please come forward? Dean Williams, it is an honor to present to you the 2018 Bachelor of Science in Public Health Dental Hygiene candidates. Christy Bostock. Jessica Briscoe. Rhoda Flowers.
Thank you, Professor Maxwell and Professor Reddig. I now invite Ms. Heather Taylor back to the podium and lead our dental hygiene graduates as they recite the Dental Hygienist Pledge. As Ms. Taylor is coming up, since we have rearranged the ceremony, we've already had the university, you all are now graduates. You're no longer candidates. So if you weren't with us, and several of you weren't for the earlier ceremony today, you are now authorized to move your tassel to the left. And a round of applause for our graduates.
Dental hygiene graduates, please stand and recite the pledge with me. In my practice as a dental hygienist, I affirm my personal and professional commitment to improve the oral health of the public, to advance the art and science of dental hygiene, and to promote high standards of quality care. I pledge continually to improve my professional knowledge and skills, to render a full measure of service to each patient entrusted to my care, and to uphold the highest standards of professional competence and personal conduct in the interest of the dental hygiene profession and the public it serves. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you again, Ms. Taylor, and congratulations to all of our hygiene graduates. The placement of the lilac hood symbolizes the entry of the Doctor of Dental Surgery graduates into the dental profession. The graduating class has selected 4 members of the faculty to participate in their hooding. These faculty members are individuals whom the graduates believe have made significant contributions to their educational experience at the School of Dentistry. I ask these faculty to rise and come forward as I call your name and assemble by the hooding stations to my left. Dr. Timothy Carlson. And I'd like to acknowledge that Dr. Carlson will be retiring this summer after a number of wonderful years of service with the university, but will continue in a volunteer capacity. So I tip my hat to you, Dr. Carlson, for your many years of service. Dr. Vancha John, Chair of our Department of Periodontology and Allied Health. I don't think he's retiring. Dr. Daniel Shin. And Dr. Shin is Director of our Predoctoral Periodontics Program. And Dr. Jeffrey Steele. Dr. Steele is one of our Comp Care coordinating faculty. So Dr. Steele, welcome. In addition to these faculty members, we have invited participants who are family members of the learned professions to assist in the hooding ceremony of the DDS class of 2018. Would the family hooders please stand to be recognized? I understand there are about 66 of you over here, which is our hands down largest number I believe that we've ever had. So please stand and be recognized. Thank you for being with us today. At this time, I invite Dr. Harvey Weingarten, Associate Dean for Clinical Affairs, and Dr. Melanie Peterson, Associate Dean for Admissions and Student Affairs, to join me in congratulating the Doctor of Dental Surgery candidates as they come forward. Dr. Edwards.
Will the graduates of the Doctor of Dental Surgery program please rise? Dean Williams, it is an honor to present to you the 2018 candidates for the Doctor of Dental Surgery degree. Will the candidates please come forward? Dr. Ahmad Abdel Samad. Dr. Haider Amour. Dr. Yasmin Afshar. Dr. Jillian Laura Albee. Dr. Abdullah Jalil Al-Hajjaj. Dr. Hunter Allen. Dr. Nabil Atasi. Dr. Navneet Alak. Dr. Rebecca Page Bear. Dr. Rutika Bansal. Dr. Ashley E. Benson. Dr. Julie Bertole. Dr. Jayanthi Bahitharan. Dr. Marcus Allen Biggs. Dr. John Lawrence Bixler. Dr. Joshua Blaine. Dr. Sky Matthew Bauer. Dr. Caitlin Marie Brower. Dr. Danielle Boubet. Dr. Sarah Kathleen Beadle. Dr. Wesley Burcham. Dr. Jason Burns. Dr. Joshua Richard Burns. Dr. Bryce Ashton Chambers. Dr. Rohit Grognuthai Chaudhry. Dr. Kirti Chopra. Dr. Devin R. Clark. Dr. Elizabeth A. Clacirdo. Dr. Derek T. Korn. Dr. Clinton Covert. Dr. Beverly L. Cunningham. Dr. Carson Dahl. Dr. Christopher Dawson. Dr. Vanessa Lynn Dawson. Dr. Jennifer Lynn DeBlau. Dr. Cyrus Austin Deem. Dr. Karan Dillon. Dr. Bao Quoc Din. Dr. Lon An Tido. Dr. Kevin Downey. Dr. Samuel Levi Driggers. Dr. John Farthing. Dr. Alyssa Elaine Fisher. Dr. Jessica Catherine Friedman. Dr. Jared Gearhart. Dr. Caleb Edward Gilman. Dr. Lauren Keiko Grothaus. Dr. Brent Hale. Dr. Ethan Isaac Hamer. Dr. Tori Lynn Harmon. Dr. Michael S. Hoegberg. Dr. Joseph Holland. Dr. Sharon Kuriakos Ipe. Dr. Melanie Jones. Dr. Jillian Ashley Joyce. Dr. Usama Zafar Ismail Kamal. Dr. Babeldeep Kaur. Dr. Sri Lakshmi Kisara. Dr. Maureen Kingori. Dr. Trent Kirkwood. Dr. Sarah Lynn Knefelkamp. Dr. Ranvita Priya Kali. Dr. Stephen Michael Kovac. Dr. Audrey Kyle. Dr. Matthew Lancaster. Dr. Shei Lee. Dr. Elizabeth Louise Loads. Dr. Christopher Thomas Lukasik. Dr. Evangeline Hong Magno. Dr. Anissa Mahmoudi. Dr. Patrick Procopio Yanong Mangan. Dr. Savara Mon. Dr. Eric Matsuno. Dr. Patrick McIntyre. Dr. Tanner L. McKinley. Dr. Emma Meyer. Dr. Brianne Elizabeth Mezzo. Dr. Paul Montagna. Dr. Kelsey Moskwinski. Dr. Alexandra Marie Murphy. Dr. Tetlu Mian. Dr. Joshua Valdo Peter Olieri II. Dr. Geeta Omi. Dr. Vijaya Polaparti. Dr. Byron Palmer. Dr. Beenal Hemant Pandya. Dr. Mary Amber Parker. Dr. Ori Pence. Dr. Nicholas Gilbert Persichetti. Dr. Christine Phillips. Dr. Andrew D. Power. Dr. Alan Prouty. Dr. Matthew Raskin. Dr. Adrian Runge. Dr. Grant Taylor Ryan. Dr. Patrick Sarger. Dr. Lisa Schneider. Dr. A.J. Deep Singh. Dr. Vandana Soni. Dr. Allison Brooke Stropes. Dr. Ryan Adam Sutton. Dr. Bridget Elaine Swope. Dr. Elizabeth Tainu. Dr. Craig Terry. Dr. Brian M. Thompson. Dr. James P. Thompson. Dr. Jesse Chan. Dr. Alexander David Voris. Dr. Logan Marie Wheeler. Dr. Chase Wagner Whitlow. Dr. Allison Williams. Dr. Haley Wilson. Dr. Ariel Biru Wong. Dr. David Matthew Woodward. Dr. Brittany Wuschitz. Dr. Jennifer Wu. Dr. Jacob Jerome Yeager. Dr. Stephen Yap. Dr. Cynthia Ann Zubia. Congratulations.
I'd like to express my thanks to Dr. Carlson, Dr. John, Dr. Shen, and Dr. Steele, Dr. Weingarten, and Dr. Peterson. One more round of applause for our class of 2018 DDS. I now invite Dr. Greg Phillips back to the podium to lead our Doctor of Dental Surgery graduates as they recite the DDS pledge. Dr. Phillips.
Okay. Doctor of Dental Surgery graduates. Doesn't it have a nice ring? Doctor of Dental Surgery graduates. Please stand and recite the pledge with me. I, as a member of the dental profession, shall keep this pledge and these stipulations. I understand and accept that my primary responsibility is to my patients, and I shall dedicate myself to render, to the best of my ability, the highest standard of oral health care and to maintain a relationship of respect and confidence. Therefore, all come to me safe in the knowledge that their total health and well-being are my first considerations. I shall accept the responsibility that, as a professional, my competence rests on continuing the attainment of knowledge and skill in the arts and sciences of dentistry. I acknowledge my obligation to support and sustain the honor and integrity of the profession and to conduct myself in all endeavors such that I shall merit the respect of my patients, colleagues, and my community. I further commit myself to the betterment of my community for the benefit of all society. I shall faithfully observe the principles of ethics and a code of professional conduct set forth by the profession. All this I pledge with pride in my commitment to the profession and the public it serves. You may be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Phillips. At this time, I would ask Dr. Richard Gregory and Dr. Michael Kovalik to join me in presenting the Master of Science in Dentistry degree. Dr. Gregory serves as our Associate Dean for Graduate Education and Director of the PhD program. Dr. Kovalik, who you met earlier, is Executive Associate Dean as well as Associate Dean for Faculty Affairs and Global Engagement. Dr. Edwards.
Will the candidates for the certificate or Master of Science in Dentistry degrees with specialization in dental materials, endodontics, maxillofacial prosthetics, operative dentistry, oral and maxillofacial surgery, orthodontics, pediatric dentistry, periodontics, or prosthodontics, please stand. Dean Williams, it is an honor to present to you the 2018 candidates for a certificate or Master of Science in Dentistry. Will the candidates please come forward? Dr. Arij Ali Alfaifi. Dr. Sami Abdullah Al-Mohaifer. Dr. Hara Al-Kolaf. Dr. Travis Dean Belici. Dr. Jennifer Chang. Dr. Sopanis Cho. Dr. Kelly Hill. Dr. Srividya Prabhu. Dr. Ryan Bejet Yugamur.
And at this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Michael Kovalik and Dr. Richard Gregory to join us on this side of the stage to assist in draping the hood for candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy in Dental Science degree. Dr. Edwards.
Will the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy in Dental Science please rise? Dean Williams, it is an honor to present to you the 2018 candidates for the Doctor of Dental Philosophy degree. Will the candidates please come forward? Dr. Amna Al-Gharni. Dr. Maryam Abdul Karim Al-Gaylan. Dr. Hadil Mohammed Ayub. Dr. Don R. Waganish.
Thank you, Dr. Edwards, Dr. Gregory, Dr. Wallach, and Dr. Levant. Appreciate your assistance. It's now my honor to welcome a group of musically talented students from the IU Bloomington campus singing our IU alma mater. Please welcome the Indiana University Jacobs School of Music a cappella ensemble. And as they are assembling themselves on stage, I would ask the audience to rise for our alma mater. The words are emblazoned in your brain if you're an IU graduate.
Come and join in song together, shout with might and main. Our beloved alma mater, sound her praise again. Gloriana frangipana, ere to her be true. She's the pride of Indiana, hail to old IU. Here's to her whose name we'll ever cherish in our song. Honor, love, and true devotion all to her belong. Gloriana frangipana, ere to her be true. She's the pride of Indiana, hail to old IU.
Thanks to the Indiana University Jacobs School of Music a cappella assembly for that warm and heartfelt rendition of Hail to Old IU. As we conclude these ceremonies today, on behalf of the faculty and staff of the IU School of Dentistry, I extend to each of our graduates our warm congratulations and best wishes on a fulfilling career and happy life. You made important contributions to your school, and you will forever remain a part of this community. We will never again be assembled together in this place and time. Cherish this moment with your family and friends. Go forth and do good in our world. Please continue your involvement with our school through the IU Alumni Association, as Dr. Eversole referenced, and continue to look for opportunities to learn. Never stop learning as you move through your successful careers. I'd like to thank our faculty marshal, Dr. Jack Windsor, our student ambassadors who are in their crimson coats, and the staff of the Office of Admissions and Student Affairs for assisting us today. As our ceremony concludes, we request that the audience remain seated now to allow our guests from the platform and graduates to exit the ballroom, and other graduates will then follow. And now I want to thank our White River Brass group for gracing us with their music today, and may we have the recessional music.